Hi there, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Lisa Tabor, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. Today, we're going to do this cute little card. My son lives out of town, and of course I haven't seen him since we're all on lockdown. So I thought that I would go ahead and make him a little card just to let him know that even though we speak on the phone frequently, I do miss him, and it's always nice to get something in the mail. So I threw this little card together for him. He is a major dirt biker, and I thought this would be a cool little card to make. So I'm using the little dirt bike out of the Pedal to the Metal, which is in the spring mini catalog, which is still good until June. And it is on page 50. Now, if you don't have one of these and you'd like one, just let me know and I'll pop one in the mail for you. So here it is, the Pedal to the Metal. So it's got the dune buggy, the dirt bike, and the pickup, two of which my son has, and some tire tracks and a couple of sentiments. So it's a really cute little card, or a little stamp set. So to do this, it was really simple. I just used some VersaMark and clear embossing powder to make my background. I wanted to keep it kind of monochromatic. And then I just used the Crumb Cake ink on some Very Vanilla to make his dirt bike. And then I just used a sponge to do the outline on the outside. So to make this card, you're going to need, this is Night of Navy, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And a piece of Very Vanilla, and that's for the inside. And a piece of, and the Very Vanilla is 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece 4 and 5 1/4 of the Crumb Cake, and that's for the outside. And then just a scrap of the Very Vanilla for the sentiment and the dirt bike. So not a lot to this, really. So I'm going to, so now I'm going to take my VersaMark and my embossing buddy. I'm going to put embossing buddy powder all over my cardstock, and this is Crumb Cake cardstock. And I'm going to randomly put, I've got the little toolbox from the Geared Up Garage. And I'm just gonna put just randomly a couple here and there. And the little oil can or gas can, whatever this is. Let's see. And some tire treads. Kind of hard to see. Oh, here we go. All right, and so now I'm going to take my clear embossing powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle that generously. And don't be cheap with it because it all comes off. Whatever doesn't stick to the VersaMark, it all just comes off anyway. So, you know, heap it on there generously so that you don't have any bald spots. I learned that early on because I was being frugal with it and would find that I would have areas that weren't covered, and I'd have to go and try and fix them, which once you've heat embossed it, it's kind of hard to do. So, you know, just pile it on there generously. It's fine. Try not to make a mess like I just did. Okay, get that out of here. And my heat tool. I just scratched my design here. I wonder if I can fix that. Well, it's not the greatest, but I think it'll be okay. I hit it with the, I'm not even sure what I hit it with. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my heat tool. There. Now you can see I did get a little smudgy here, but you know what? I can live with that. So there, you can see it's all shiny. It's all heat embossed with the clear. That's so cool. And that's just with no color. So you can actually do this on any color, and what it'll do is wherever you put the stamp with the VersaMark is you'll get an enhanced, deeper color of the cardstock. So now I'm going to take a Stampin Sponge, and they come in, you get 3 in a pack, and they're circular sponges, and I just cut them in 4 with my scissors. And I'm gonna take my Crumb Cake and just load up my sponge here. And I'm just gonna put smudges kind of around, you know, around the cardstock. Always start off your cardstock so that you don't get that streaky business. I did get a little streaky over here, but that's okay, I don't mind. There, so we just have a bit of smudgies. There, that looks pretty good. Take some of that ink off there. That looks better. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to it, really. So I'm just going to glue this onto my card base. Just center it right there. Get this out of here so I don't knock it over. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, and now I'm going to take my Very Vanilla and my little dirt bike. So you can see my little dirt bike there. And I'm just going to pop it over here. And while I've got the ink out, I'm going to do my sentiment as well, To a Great Guy. And that's also from Petal to the Metal. Ugh, didn't do a very good job there. I'm gonna clean my pad, that's driving me crazy. Note to self, don't rock your stamp as you're putting your ink on it. There, that's better. All right, so to cut this one out, I'm going to use my Stitch Nested Labels dies. My phone is about to die on me. Hold on while I plug it in. Hopefully that's okay. And I'm going to take the 3rd smallest of the dies, and you can see that fits in there quite nicely. Okay, so let me just grab my Big Shot. Clean this before I get ink all over the back of my card, which I've been known to do. That would make me happy, I can tell you that right now. Okay, so I've got my Big Shot. And I've just got this on my magnetic platform. And I'm just going to line that up. Oh, that's a bit better on an angle like that. Perfect. And I'm going to, where did I put my punch? If it's any closer, it would bite me. Okay, so there's my classic label punch. I'm just gonna line that up. That'll punch out. I love my punches. If you don't have a big shot and you're just getting started, a few punches are the best way to go because you can, you know, they're not overly expensive and you can accomplish quite a bit with them. So I'm going to take my sponge again and I'm just going to go around the outside of my label here. I was going to color the bike, but then I couldn't remember what color my son's bike is. I think it's like lime green or something. And I thought, yeah, no, that's not happening. So. This does make for a bit of a grungy look, but never met a dirt biker that wasn't, didn't have greasy hands at one time or another, so this works. And then for the, for my sentiment, I just kind of went over it a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color. And then I dipped it right, the edges, right into the ink on all the little points and everything. Okay, back again. I'm having some technical issues. So what I did was I took this little framed picture and put it on dimensionals. And I just took some of the glue dots that I had from this month's Paper Pumpkin and just stuck the To a Great Guy just onto the corner here. So for the inside of the card, I have a piece of Very Vanilla that is 4 by 5 1/4. And on the inside, I used the sentiment from this month's Paper Pumpkin because it really is just a greeting to my son, you know, because we're all cooped up because of the COVID and he isn't able to see any of his friends. He's a bachelor and he can't see any of his friends because of the virus. And so when he's on his days off, which aren't that many at the moment, he's kind of being a loner, which I feel kind of sorry for him. He has a new niece who's 6 months old that lives just a few blocks from him and he can't even go and see her. So, you know, I feel for the guy. So I'm just doing the sentiment from the April Paper Pumpkin that says, no matter the weather, we're in this together. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle. And I'm going to put a few tire tracks down the side. And again, I'm going to take my sponge and just scrunch up the edges. Good Lord, the edges a little. Just a bit, not too much, just to give it a little bit of contrast there. I don't know what's going on with my technical. I've had just the worst time trying to get my videos to continue. There, so it happened again. My phone disconnected. So I was just doing my edges here. So this is the inside of my card and I'm just going to adhere it into the inside of my card. And that's my card. That's the whole card. This took me probably 4 times as long as it should have because of my phone continuously disconnecting. I don't know what the heck that's all about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to get this into the mail to my son this afternoon. And I hope you guys stay safe. It's kind of creepy. I said to my husband the other day, we have bush on our property, and I said to him, I'm just waiting for the zombies to come out of the bush. It feels a bit apocalyptic, but anyway, if we all stay positive and we all help each other out as much as we can, we'll get through this. Keep smiling, wash your hands, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. Bye now.